answer to one question, Brian Russell will start at a forward spot, banged up hip and ankle for Utah. They've got to get something out of Ostertag, who's disappeared after having a good game in Game 1 of this series. He's been a non-factor since.
But he's got to give them low post defense, because if the Kings have an advantage, it's in their low post game with Vlade Divac and Chris Webber. They need Ostertag on the floor, not to go small like they had to in Game 4 to win that game.
Underway at the Delta Center, Malone puts it in Stockton's hands. Game 5 of a series that seems to have captured national attention and interest. Malone from the head of the key, overshot it. Ostertag there for a rebound. He had only 3 rebounds in games 3 and 4 combined. Part of the reason why Utah struggled at Sacramento. Malone again. These teams have played 7 games this year. Utah has won 4 of them. 4 of them have gone to overtime. Another was decided by a single point on the Stockton jumper with less than a second to play. Sacramento the lower seed, but obviously they have reason to feel confident against Utah. And Wahed is open inside, and Divac finds him with a nifty pass.
Now you can see the low post ability of Vlade Divac, a great passer. This Kings team is an excellent passing team.
And they glare at each other. There have been some hard fouls taken. The officials have to step in. Jack Nees and Dick DeBello. Hugh Hollins is the 3rd official. All of them are veterans. There have been some hard fouls and some flagrant fouls already in this series. And Divac and Ostertag go at it now. Corliss Williamson's nickname is the Big Nasty. He's not going to back down, even from the mailman.
You know, I think the national perception of Sacramento is this freewheeling, sort of loose team that wins with offense. That has not been their personality in this series. They have been tough. They've taken hard shots and played good defense.
Stockton out to Russell. Russell's 3. On the last play, no technicals were called. It was simply a personal on Williamson. That's all. Here's Webber. Contact, and the foul will go against him.
Now, Rick Allen, one thing he said about his team is we've got to have energy, but we can't get too emotional and get impatient. You see early, the energy working against them, the tagging violation. Looks like there's been a technical foul here. Webber gets a technical foul, so tempers are flaring here early.
Webber saying, look, watch the elbows that the Jazz are throwing. Now, Webber established the tone in this series, for better or worse, by flattening John Stockton early.
Yeah, that was 9 seconds into Game 2. Sacramento went on to win that game here in Utah, then went and won Game 3. I think it's a great timeout by Rick Allen. His team is frenzied right now. The emotion is working against them.
Welcome to the NBA store on 5th Avenue in New York City, the ultimate basketball shopping experience. Now you can wear what the players wear with this exclusive personalized replica jersey from the NBA store. Call the NBA operators at 888-742-4NBA and tell them your favorite team, size, and name. You can't get this anywhere else. Your name, your team, your jersey. Or log on to NBA.com. Support your favorite team. Call 888-742-4NBA. Wear what the players wear.
his name?
You got 3.
Einstein.
It's game time, fella. Right there, come on, okay?
We just gotta give it to him, all right?
Take the tall one, the short one. We got the represent. Mothers!
But you ain't gonna say it, because I ain't trying to break him, you know what I'm saying?
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest game.
I think what's happened right now is the Kings say we're not going to back down, but they've got to be smart in how they play.
Malone gets it into Ostertag. And he travels with it before he can get a shot off. Ostertag had 16 points and 9 rebounds in game 1. Since then, he scored only 9 points in 3 games, and he had only 3 rebounds in games 3 and 4 combined.
Bob, it's not so much his scoring, but it's his presence. He's a shot blocker. He can rebound. He gives them post defense.
Trying to contend with Divac, and a foul right away.
Vlade's such a tough matchup. He's probably having the best season he's ever had. He's playing with great confidence because he can step out on the floor and shoot it. He can actually shoot the 3. He can handle the basketball. He can pass off the dribble. He's a tough matchup for Ostertag.
That was Ostertag's first foul. Divac passes out of the double. Ahead. Ostertag got a piece of that, but also a piece of the body. He could be headed for the bench after his second foul.
Vlade Divac, again, having arguably his best season, not necessarily statistically, but what he brings to this team. And you see he's upped his numbers in everything in this series, rebounding, points, assists, more importantly, free-throw shooting. He's a 70% free-throw shooter, and in this series, he's shooting the ball very, very well.
Foster in. Ostertag out after barely more than 2 minutes.
See, Utah does not like to double team the post. Now if they go small and they have to double team, Sacramento shoots 23s a game in this series. That could be the wild card today if they get hot behind that three-point line.
Stockton returns it to Malone. How often have the following words been uttered? Assist Stockton, basket Malone. Weber again. And an offensive foul, his second.
If I'm Rick Adelman right now, I might take Weber out of the game. He's lost his cool here. He's trying to do things too quickly. He's got a traveling violation, a technical foul, now an offensive foul. Maybe just give him a couple minutes to calm down and then bring him back.
Between them, Malone and Stockton have played in nearly 300 playoff games. The Kings have not won a playoff series since 1981. They were still in Kansas City then. Ryan Russell drills the jumper.
Well, we saw him out here 3.5 hours before the game working on his jump shot, getting ready for the game. He's hit his first 2 shots, and I've always felt like he's the third man for this team. If he plays well, he takes so much pressure off of Stockton and Malone.
Let's check in with Ahmad.
All right, thanks. Right, you are, Judge. When he plays well and scores in double figures, the Jazz are 27 and 15. Earlier you mentioned that he had not... They're 27 and 5 when he plays well. And you had mentioned he's playing with a hip pointer and a bad left ankle, had not hit a three-pointer in this series. Hit one right off the bat. Told me before the game that there's no way he gets shut down shooting threes today. It's just too big of a game. Bob?
Ahmad, thanks. Here's Divac against the smaller Foster. When the double comes, he finds Wahed. Into the lane, intended for Williamson, and a whistle, a 3-second violation. Rick Adelman's team had the series in its hands in the waning seconds at home at a wild Arco Arena. They let it slip away, and you wonder, less than 48 hours later, are they up to the task here in an equally loud Delta Center? There's an air ball shot by Russell.
They've just got to battle through this surge of emotion right now and get down to execution.
The jumper isn't there for Williamson. Stockton chases it down. Stockton all the way. And it won't stay down.
Utah Jazz. Down 5 with a little over 2 minutes to go. They were perfect. The last 6 possessions they scored. That's how they won. Stockton capped it with a game-winning jumper.
Knocked away. Hornacek saves it in. The Kings still struggling to find their rhythm here. Foster's open. 12-3 Utah.
Rick Allen needs another timeout or a 20. He's got to calm his team down here.
Williams for 3. Perhaps ill-advised.
He's over the top of the basket right there, so it'll be sideline out of bounds for Utah. We saw in the game before, Miami got up to a great emotional start, 21-8, but they were playing a veteran New York team that fought through it. This is a team that doesn't have a lot of playoff experience. Rick Allen has to control this game with his timeouts.
Stockton misses the 3. Malone battling for the rebound, but the Kings come away with it. And Williams steps out of bounds. Russell was hounding him as he came across. Williams, the rookie, passes the ball to the official, Dick Pavetta, a little bit harder than perhaps he should have, and Pavetta looked back at him.
Well, he wanted to foul there. He said, I stepped out of bounds because I got bumped.
5 turnovers for Sacramento already. Foster has hit 2 in a row with relief of Ostertag.
Now, he can shoot the basketball. He does not give you the defensive post presence, but he can shoot the ball. Timeout, Sacramento.
They can see it in your eyes. The hunger. The determination. This is what you live for. A chance to meet the challenge. The desire comes from within. It comes from the heart. It's pride and it's respect. And this is what I play for.
That 77 championship series between Portland and Philadelphia was a perfect contrast. The showmanship of the 76ers and the quiet, reserved teamwork of the Portland Trailblazers. What made it so extra special in Portland was the fans. The fans adopted the team. They would come with the signs from everywhere. I played my best basketball for the Portland Trailblazers in my entire life. I was part of something really special.
I am Shamiqua Holtzclaw. My development of the game probably started when I was like 11 years old, doing my thing, going behind the bag, shooting the fadeaway jumpers. 7 championships in a row from high school through college. I'm really like a laid-back person, and I like to shop, of course. I have over 300 DVDs. I watch a lot of movies. Scarface, definitely. The Godfather series. You're talking to me? Be patient. It will happen. Do you have faith? This is who I am. I am Shamiqua Holtzclaw.
Orlando and Miami tied for the best record in the East along with Indiana. They're both out already. Utah tied with the Spurs for best record in the West. They were on the verge of being out the other night and are still in jeopardy here, but they start strong. Yako has it split out of his hands, and Stockton takes it. Their 6th turnover. Hornacek on the wing. Utah pulls it on. Weber. Chases down the miss and saves it. And now lays it in. Foster screening for Stockton. Malone at the head of the key against Divac. Divac reaching in. Malone is crossed to the floor. He gets up and assures his teammates in the crowd, I'm not taking the bait. I am not taking the bait.
You see, Vlade actually looked like he got his arm when he tried to initially pass it right there. He hit the ball of Vlade's head. I think Vlade got upset and he just threw him down. Those are the plays you've got to stay away from, Bob. Those are the emotional fouls that don't do your team any good. You see the ball off Vlade's face. I don't know if Carl meant to do that, but Vlade did not like it and he threw him down.
Vernon Maxwell and John Barry come in off Rick Adelman's bench.
2 more emotional players for this team.
An offensive foul against the Jazz. It's Malone, and it's his first.
Karl Malone has had a very difficult time posting up in this series. Most of his his shots that come from the perimeter. And you see Vlade doing a good position there, do a little flop, and that's a foul.
A whistle before he can get his shot away. An illegal defense warning against Utah. And Sacramento will inbound from the side. They brought Barry and Maxwell in, as I mentioned. These two have been dubbed the disruptors.
They have no confidence when it comes to shooting, and both of these guys can light it up. That's why they're going to do a good job defensively. We see Stockton going his normal rest now at the 5:30 mark, and Isley, who has been terrific, has checked in for him.
Hornacek kicks it out.
Take a look at the bench scoring for the Jazz, 41, 24, 42, 34, and most of that has been Isley and Shandon Anderson, who we'll see later.
Divac with the hook. Weber and Malone with contact. And if this is Weber, he gets deeper in trouble.
Those fouls are too obvious. Watch this, Bobby just takes and pushes him with his arm right in front of all three referees. And Chris Webber saying, look, you know, take that, but no. Chris, you got him in the back. That's not a good play.
Russell turning on Maxwell and a foul. It comes before the shot.
See, it's a game of matchups. If Maxwell is going to guard Russell, they'll post him. So they got three small players on the floor right now for Sacramento on the perimeter, so Brian Russell has the advantage in the post. Let's see if they go back to it one more time.
Russell gives it up to Foster. Ball touched last by Malone as it goes out, and Malone beefs a bit to Hugh Hollins.
You know, as badly as the Kings have played right now, Bob, they're only down 11. They're in a good situation if they can just get some rhythm here on their offense.
They've hit just 2 of 10 so far. Maxwell for 3.
That's what I talked about. This is a guy who's won championships now with the Houston Rockets. He missed 8 straight shots the other night in the game and took the 9th three-pointer to pull up 2. He will shoot as a fearless competitor.
The difference in approaches here through the first 4 games. Sacramento, as Hornacek turns, shoots, and has it spin out. Weber takes the rebound. Sacramento tried 82 threes to Utah's 37 through the first 4 games. Here's another 3. Different result. And the rebound to Hornacek. Inside 4 minutes. 16-8 Utah. Ducks inside Barry, who may have fouled him. Utah down by 10. Divac to the hook. Swatted away by Malone, and it's goaltending.
Anytime the ball is out of your hands that long and you're that close underneath the basket, that's going to be goaltending, and this is what they can't handle. Vlade with that little jump hook, and you see the ball going down. Excellent call.
Malone with a nice pass inside the Hornacek.
Hornacek off to a good start. They need him. He had a very good game 1. Since then, he's been 8 for 27.
Here's the way it started for Chris Webber. He's scoreless. He shot 0 for 3 from the floor, 2 personals plus a technical, and for now on the bench. Divac threw it away. Brian Russell. And it's Utah by a dozen. They double him up at 24-12.
Looks like Brian Russell might have jammed his ankle or his hip on that play as he planted to go up to the shot. We'll have to watch his mobility.
The roll.
That's what that double teaming in the post does. When Ostertag gets in foul trouble, it triggers a chain reaction. Now you've got a double. Now it frees up the three-point shooting.
Kings just trying to hang in and withstand the initial flurry. They come up with a steal.
Russell picks it up, and he lays the ball in the basket, and it looks like he might have done something to his hip as he runs back down the floor. It's a little gimpy. Not that hip corner, I think, that was bothering him. Let's see when he plants that leg. Normally, he really dumps that basketball, and you can see the grimace on his face.
He stays in the lineup, though. Malone goes out, replaced by the veteran Thurl Bailey. Nicknamed Father Time, not Malone, but Bailey. Follows Utah teammate Brandon Anderson also on the floor for the Jazz. 1 of 2 for Maxwell. And Isley brings it back the other way. Shandon Anderson.
Loves to post up. When they bring him in the game, that's exactly where he wants to go. Even in the finals last year, tried to post up Michael Jordan. That's the respect he has. He will go right to that block.
D-Box against Foster. Backs him down, then back out to Barry. Now Barry hits the three.
Big guys can pass the ball. When you double team them, you better know where the shooters are. Problem is they got Maxwell, Barry, Stojakovic, all can shoot it.
They get it inside to Anderson. Anderson scores again. He had 16 points in game 4. Half of them in the last 90 seconds with the series and the season in the balance.
Yeah, if it weren't for his 8 straight points in that minute 30, Stockton's jumper would have been meaningless.
D-Box again back to Barry. Barry out to Stojakovic. Up his dribble with 5 on the shot clock. He'll let it go. They fell behind 16-3 to start, but they're only 7 down now at 28-21.
Bob, I've always felt like when you play a game like this, the first 5 minutes, especially if you're a young team, it's going to be frenetic. It's going to be so emotional, and that energy can be negative sometimes. Today it was. As they got a little tired, they started playing better, and especially the bench has really come in and stabilized them.
Well, Utah has been in the West Final 5 of the last 7, the NBA Finals the last 2. Relatively little turnover on the roster. Corliss Williamson is the only King left from the last time they made the playoffs 3 years ago when they were taken out in 4 by Seattle. Huge difference in playoff experience. 3 seconds to shoot. Bailey a hook. Maxwell the rebound. Now 9 seconds for the last shot of the period. Maxwell lets it go and can't hit it. Russell takes it and just protects it as time expires.
There's a 2-inch thick line, 22 feet from the basket that knows me well. I always know where it is, but I won't let it break my concentration. It comes from practice, hour after hour, shot after shot, until I forget that line, until I forget the gym, everything. That's when my stroke is pure.
A lot of times, once you get to the NBA, because the NBA is so good, people say, well, how do you if they got dunk on you? I want to get dunked on out there on the court because you better believe for the next few minutes of the rest of the game, I'm going to try to block every shot that comes in the lane. Every once in a while, you know, you have to let a little bit out. Sometimes you have to sit back and let the ball just float in the air. Just try to be active most of the time, running the court, blocking shots. That's what the game is about, and it just gets you fired up inside, makes you play harder.
Good job. That's a good job, too. That was good. You're late. I just finished my workout, and I couldn't wait for you. My game was really good. I ran the floor, blocked some shots, even dunked. I'll be back tomorrow, but you better get here early. Or you can wait until June and see what this hard work was all about.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest game.
We start the second period. Foster still trying to contend with D-Box. Knocked away by Bailey. As the 38-year-old comes over for the block, but there's a foul.
Bailey got the shot cleanly. They called one of the Jazz players reaching in. It might have been Brian Russell who got the foul.
It was.
Now, Bob, if you look at the first quarter, and you say, we're only down 7, you turn the ball over 7 times, that led to 10 points, and the Jazz shot 58%, made their only 3, and all 5 of their free throws.
seconds left on Friday night at Sacramento to set the stage for Stockton's final shot.
Well, he's now 25 for 28 for the series, so 70% in the regular season, not missing in the playoffs.
Isley, he's short with it. Bailey battling on the boards, but they lose it.
Bobby, go right back now to Vlade Divac. Run your offense through Vlade. They're either going to have to double team, or he's going to get good post position and get a good shot here.
Divac screening high for Barry. And they throw it away. An exchange of turnovers. Back comes Utah. Foster tried to dump it off, but there were nothing but black shirts there. Here comes Barry. Stojakovic for three. And here come the Kings.
That three-point shooting, they had shot a very poor percentage in this series. They're only 25 for 82, 31% today, making all the big ones.
They were down 13. They trail now by 2. Nicely. Taken by Pollard on a switch. That leaves Foster free, but Divac gets up on him. He has to get rid of it to beat the shot clock, and he didn't. They waved the basket off. 24-second violation.
Greg Foster trying to do too much with the basketball. That's what really aggravates Jerry Sloan when Foster tries to make these kind of plays. And then very, very fortunate, he finds Stojakovic. And this one thing that this young guy can do is shoot the basketball. There are 3 three-point shooters on the floor right now with Vlade opening up the game here.
Stockton and Malone back in. Russell and Foster out. Bailey's got Divac. And another illegal defense call. It's the second one, so that should result in a technical foul shot.
The Jazz hate to double team the post. How many times have we seen him play against even a Shaquille O'Neal and play him straight up, trying to get him to get big points? Vlade is doing a great job of winning the offense from that post position.
Stojakovic, an experienced rookie, played a couple of years in Greece, was the MVP of his league there. He's from Serbia, like Divac.
Vlade's really been a big brother here as he's trying to make the adjustment of playing out of that Greek league to playing here now.
Stojakovic again. He hit a 3 a moment ago. Hit the technical. Now connects off the baseline, and what do you know? Sacramento's in front. Nicely to Bailey.
Another trend that we're seeing in this game today, Stockton and Isley playing together. Once 2 good ball handlers on the floor.
Maxwell almost lost it, chases it down. Swings it to the corner for Barry. Now Stojakovic on the move. This one's no good. But he gets it back.
When you double team the post, it's tough to block people out. You're scrambling on rebounds.
Sacramento asks for time. They were down 16-3, but they haven't quit.
10 seconds left, down by 2.
Oh, boy, the game sure has changed.
Yeah, the three-point line, no hand checking.
No, I meant the shorts. They're so long now. Whatever happened to those cute little shorts they used to wear?
Oh, look, there's John Stockton. He still wears the short short. Right, here it comes Stockton, three-pointer.
Yes! Oh, wait, so the game's over now? What about the short shorts guy?
They'll probably interview him now.
All right. I love this game.
The bread and butter of the Utah Jazz, the pick and roll. And what John Stockton does, he reads the defender who's playing him. The minute that defender makes his move right here and jumps to the high side and this guy drops, then Malone slips. Weber has got to step up. And you can see Weber on the weak side doesn't do it. He slips. He's got to be there. That's a total read. The minute Stockton sees that guard slip up, all of a sudden it's a slip right to the basket, and you've got to get the weak side big man stepping up there to take that dunk away.
Here's John Barry finding Stojakovic. He takes it into a crowd of white shirts, got it back, forces it up, and traveled.
You're talking to the Kings people. The one thing that he's going to have to learn to play with is the contact. You don't get this kind of contact when you play in Europe, and he struggles right now when he gets knocked around out on the floor.
Stockton has 7 assists. Hasn't made a basket yet. Williams is on him. Another illegal defense. So both teams have been guilty of 2, and a technical is called. Now, we don't know exactly what the games are going to be next weekend. We do know this. We'll have 2 of them on Saturday and a triple header on Sunday on NBC. That's next week's coverage. There it is. It'll begin at 12:30 Eastern Time with Showtime. Hannah, Peter, and Isaiah in the studio in New York. Doubleheader Saturday, triple header Sunday. Beginning at noon on Sunday. Tonight on TNT, they'll decide the first-round series between the Pistons and the Hawks, and the winner will get the Knicks.
It's been an interesting series. No close games. Both teams have won on their home courts by an average of almost 20 points. It'll be interesting to see if Atlanta can hold home court or Detroit can break through.
Fuller has it blocked by Weber. Gets it back and scores.
You know, Bob, interestingly enough, in that series tonight, the winner of Detroit, Atlanta will have home court over New York. That could be a very vital thing for them if they win. Whoever wins that series.
Barry for the tie, but it isn't there. Stockton pitches it ahead to Hornacek. Hornacek has 10. Stockton has 8 assists. And he jaws at Fuller as he heads back on defense.
He is just loaded with talent, Chris Webber.
And with attitude.
He is an unbelievably skilled basketball player.
Stockton's pass finds Fuller. And Pollard comes over to block it. Look at Pollard. He has those thin sideburns and that wispy little beard, and he calls it my Amish look. And I'm quoting him here. He says, I look at myself in the mirror some days, and I want to raise a barn and ride in a carriage.
Well, Scott's a little different kind of guy now. I mean, he likes to paint his fingernails and do all these different things, but he's got some talent.
They got to get a shot off because the first one was an air ball, and they do with Sheldon Anderson giving him the fast-point lead. Here's Barrett. He scores at the other end in a hurry. Clock ticking down to 4 minutes to play in the first half. Anderson again. Malone the rebound. But not the basket. Still battling on the offensive glass, and it was touched last by Sacramento.
As in the Miami-New York game, this is no place for the faint of heart in that lane. If you're going to go to the boards today, you better strap it on and be ready to be knocked around.
It's Malone, a hook. He hits it, and he's coming to the line. Now that's a weapon you don't often see him use.
We talked about Karl Malone, and he's not been able to get a good post position against the bigger team's front line. But the great passing in Utah. You see Anderson all in one motion. Malone meets the pass. Must have caught him with the body. I did not see anything up top, so they must have said he pushed him with his body as he went up to take that little jump hook shot.
Foul on Divac was his second. Utah by 5.
Well, by just saw Vlade Divac say to Jason Williams, come on, we need you.
Weber lets it go from 20. Chris Weber, after a slow start, now has scored 9.
But he's calmed down. You notice he didn't have that edge he played with before. Now he's just playing basketball.
The game was so frenetic at the outset when Utah went up 16-3, and the Kings were in danger of having this game be over for them before it started. But they gathered themselves and come back. Anderson is fouled with exactly 3 minutes to play until halftime. Stojakovic is first.
Utah's going to get a nice score here, but don't celebrate this actual speed here and how much time it takes. Look at John Barry. He's going to lay the ball in the basket on the other end against 5 Utah defenders. Only takes 5 seconds.
You look at a guy like John Barry, his 15 in 5 years, always just a bench player for the most part, and now a significant contributor in big situations. What's changed?
I think it's the environment. I think you get on the right team that you fit in well with. And John Barry is a very emotional player. He can pass, he can handle the ball, he can shoot it, and he's fit in very well here with Sacramento, Bob. Sometimes it's just finding the right fit.
Shandon Anderson hits 2 free throws. Weber can't answer at the other end. Jack said.
No one taught me more about teamwork than my dad. They called him Mr. Mean because he never smiled. He didn't smile when he volunteered to coach the kids in the neighborhood. He didn't smile when he drove the team to every game, or when he worked with kids for hours on his own time. He showed me anyone can make a difference if they just get involved. I'll tell you something else about my dad. He's got a great smile. Team up with your community.
Yeah. When the ball goes up, you have a choice. You can watch or you can rebound. Understand that the ball won't come to you. You got to go get it. You got to want it more than anyone else on the court. It takes heart. It takes sacrifice. It takes the willingness to do whatever your team needs, because you cannot win without the ball.
He gets it out deep, and Havlicek steals it.
There's a place where Havlicek steals the ball. Dr. J still makes house calls. And where the only thing better than reliving a great memory...
The Spurs win their first NBA championship.
...is creating a new one. One world. One game. One restaurant. NBA City, Orlando, Florida.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest game.
Give you an idea of how wide open the post-Jordan, post-Chicago Bulls NBA is. You have a team like Utah on the brink of being knocked out and still in plenty of trouble here in Game 5. You could imagine them going out against a team like Sacramento. You could also imagine them going all the way and winning the title. Stockton still hasn't hit one. Weber takes the rebound. The number 1 seed in the East goes out. Pat Riley's Heat losing for the 3rd time in the last 4 years in the first round. And the 8th seed, the Knicks, moves on. Barry open for 3. Who touched it last? The Jazz did.
Well, John Barry's got most of the minutes. Wahad left the game early, and John Barry's been out there giving him a great start, but he's played heavy minutes in this game.
Divac, contact, and a foul. It's Fuller's 3rd. Tag back. He picked up 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes and hasn't played since.
I'm really surprised Jerry's bringing him back, because I thought he might try to keep him out until the second half so he would have 4 fouls to use in the second half. Ostertag's got to stay away from his third.
Picked up his third. That forced Sloan's hand. Williams open. Can't hit the three. Jason Williams still scoreless. Stockton. Williams reached in. And they'll call it on him.
It's unbelievable how John Stockton got him to make this. He stuck his left arm out there like, grab this thing. What's Stockton's left arm now? Here, Jason, grab this thing and get a foul. Thank you.
I got a little something for you here. Trust me, I've been around a long time. You're just a rookie. You can trust me. Stockton hasn't scored. He has dished out 8 assists. There's his first point. Tonight on NBC. A runaway train carrying an atomic bomb. The brakes are out, and a city is in its path. This sounds to me like a perilous situation. It is, in fact, a race against time, with the fate of millions in the balance. Rob Lowe stars tonight. Atomic Train, 9 Eastern, 8 Central on NBC. Utah by 7. Williams, left hand. And it bounces to Stockton. Malone is back. Catching up is Barry. What a defensive play.
Well, Jason Williams, an ill-advised shot, and then the great catch by Malone. And John Barry with great hustle on the block shot. Jason Williams is very frustrated. He's very lucky he did not get a technical. He yelled at Jack Neats the whole way down the floor on that play.
So he bumps Stockton.
You gotta get him out right now. There's gonna be a technical. What's going to happen? Totally out of control here.
And Hugh Hollins, after he calls the foul, walks toward Williams and says, hold on here, son.
Well, he's lucky that these are veterans officials because, and it's a game 5, it's an elimination game. They're going to give you a little bit of freedom. If it's a rookie, they're not going to give him too much. See, the problem you have is Vernon Maxwell has 3 fouls right now. He got those flurry of fouls against Stockton, so Jason Williams has got to keep his cool here right now and finish this quarter off with his team. Remember how we talk about how championship teams finish out quarters. The Jazz are on a run right now.
The Kings were down 13. They came back to take the lead, but now Utah surges in front by 9. Williamson from Weber. Nice play. Stockton again fouled by Williams.
Stockton knows. He's doing it. He knows right now. All he has to do is keep taking because Jason Williams is making this a personal challenge. Now he gets a technical.
That's the 4th technical in the game. Weber, Williams, Williamson for Sacramento, Malone for Utah. And now Michael Hawkins, second-year player from Xavier, is at the scorer's table. Stockton swishes the technical shot. Williams goes out, and Hawkins replaces him. Some counsel from Rick Adelman.
Well, Rick Adelman was a point guard in this league. He's just trying to get him to calm down. You know, Jason Williams wants to do the right thing, but right now things have not been going well for him, and he mostly got caught up in playing John Stockton. And you see him right now. Every one of his teammates are trying. Byron Scott there, the assistant coach on the left who played for the Lakers, Maxwell, Thunderbird. Like, look, we need you. Just calm yourself down a little bit.
Utah by 10 in the last minute of the half. Weber almost lost it. Doubled in the corner by Malone and Stockton. It's still Sacramento there.
See, with Michael Hawkins on the floor now, Stockton is going to be the double team guy. He gets his chest right in there, and you see Weber get that elbow up. Remember, he see Stockton doesn't respect Michael Hawkins' game out there like he does Maxwell, so he's going to chase. I thought this ball hit the bottom of the rim. Watch and see if this hit the bottom of the rim. It looked like it hit the rim and came down. They got a break there, the Jazz.
Try attack 2 or maybe 3 on to a 10-point lead before halftime. Russell off the dribble, throws it up off balance. It goes out of bounds with less than a second. And Jerry Sloan is arguing that they should put some time back on the clock, and Dick Bavetta apparently is going to agree with him.
Now somebody from Sacramento just threw a heat pack out onto the floor. Somebody from the Sacramento bench.
They put 0.4 of a second back on, which would allow, at least in theory, a catch and shoot. Russell, Foster, that's it. Out of 3, and more importantly, from the Trailblazers' perspective, they have home court against the Kings. They would have to come here to Utah to start the next round if the Jazz prevails, and they lead by 10. This would be Doug Collins' your thoughts.
Well, I thought emotion really worked against the Kings in many instances in that first half. They got off to a very rugged start. And you see Maxwell and Stojakovic off the bench, 22 points. The bench came in and really stabilized them. Jason Williams was -13, and mostly got caught up guarding John Stockton. Stockton does not have a field goal, but 7 for 7 from the free throw line really was key for them.
And 8 assists as well for Stockton. Here's Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Bob. Rick Adelman telling his team, first of all, they've got to keep their composure. They were down by 13. They can get back in this game. They're down by 10 now. But they've got to keep playing the defense they've been playing. Try to limit Utah to 1 shot and then get out, keep running, and keep playing the way they've been playing all year. Maybe the threes will start falling. Right?
Ahmad, thanks. Sacramento in possession as we start the third. Webber with the hook but short. Russell takes the rebound. Malone around Webber and then misses the layup. Divac juggles and recovers. Double dribble.
And then dribbled it again. As we were watching here, Vlade starts to go out. Stockton gets in his way. He starts to dribble it. He really never got that ball to his other hand there. I don't think that's a good call.
Increases Utah's lead to 12.
The starters for the Kings have got to come through. They faltered at the start. They've got to give them something.
And Williamson gives them the deuce. He played this year for $500,000. To most people, a lot of money. Small change by NBA standards. They talked him into doing it so they could get in under the salary cap, and obviously there's a larger reward waiting for him in the near future. Stockton's floater is good.
That's his first field goal of the game. He's now 1 for 8, but again, 7 for 7 from the foul line, 8 assists, no turnovers, so he is running this offense to perfection.
Hornacek knocked it away, but they get him on the foul, and he reacts in rather theatrical fashion.
John Stockton's going to fake the little jump shot as Jason Williams closes out on him, and that little floater off the wrong foot, that little medium range shot that he has perfected through his career.
Third foul on Hornacek. Divac, at age 31 in his 10th year in the league, playing better than ever. He was the Lakers center between Kareem and Shaq. Too good a player to really be the answer to a trivia question, but a lot of people forget that. He credits Paul Silas, now the head coach of the Hornets, then an assistant, with really helping his all-around play at the pivot.
Well, he's such a tough matchup for Ostertag because he's mobile and he can pass, he can shoot it. Ostertag really struggles with those kind of centers.
Russell from Stockton, a whistle before the release.
That's an offensive foul on Ostertag. That's just a lazy play right there. Just walked down, looked like Russell was going to be wide open. At the last minute, he just moved his shoulder in the way. This is what drives Jerry Sloan crazy. It's just sort of a lazy foul right there. That's his third.
Russell and Williamson. And hold on. It's Russell who races his hand. Well, Jerry Sloan talking about a matchup change you had to make in Game 4, putting Malone on Divac and Russell on Weber, said in a not-too-veiled reference to Ostertag, we had to get somebody in there who wanted to compete.
Well, that's what Jerry Sloan's all about. That's what this Jazz team is about, as competitors. And the thing for me is when I see a Greg Ostertag is if you're not competing and you're on this team, how can you even look at your teammates in the face? That's a team that's all about competition.
And yet occasionally he'll emerge, as he did in Game 1, 16 points, 9 rebounds. And he can be a shot-blocking force, and he disappears again.
You've got to keep him motivated because he doesn't have a great love or passion for the game. So some external forces have to get him excited to play. You see him right here with a giveaway and a dunk to Weber. Those are the kind of plays that Jerry Sloan just sort of shakes his head at.
Sacramento back to within 8. Champions for Nolan Richardson. Out to Divac for three. Way off the mark and into the hands of Malone. Stockton off the bounce pass from Hornacek. Circles back out. On the drive. And finally it's in Divac's hands. Williams behind the back. The assist as the jump shot won't drop for Wahed.
I don't know if simple play is in his dictionary. He makes everything spectacular. Jason Williams, that time a wraparound behind the back pass with his left hand. Ostertag is sitting out right now. I'm sure Jerry Sloan not very happy with what he got out of him to start this third quarter.
Driving past Wahed and a foul on the play. Williams, meanwhile, hasn't scored and has just 2 assists.
One of the reasons why Jerry Sloan is taking him out of the game, you get the offensive rebound, you put it above your head, that will drive Bill Walton crazy. You put it at your chin and chin the ball, and then on the other end, he does the same thing. This time he brings it down, and Williamson takes it away from him. So 2 possessions there. Jerry Sloan walks down and lets him know, I am not happy with that.
The foul on Wahed was his first. Hornacek now has 11 points. Look at Ostertag's line. His move.
Looks like he just took that knee sleeve off his left knee. He's been bothered a little bit by a twisted knee. Looks like an aggravation where he took that knee brace off. So we'll have to see when he comes back in, if he does, whether he has that brace on or not.
The lead is 10 again. Williams tries a 3. Misses once more. Williamson, though, on the offensive glass. And an offensive foul.
See, Brian Russell guarded power forwards in college, so he's used to playing the low post defensively. Now, Corliss Williamson's a load here. You see the right arm as he wraps it around. That's going to be called every time. Brian Russell says, nice call and good post defense.
For Stockton. Gets it back. Takes it to the paint and is fouled.
Sacramento's doing a lot of reaching now defensively. They're not moving their feet. They're reaching in. And the play has been very physical. Weber here in the low post. This is from earlier action. You can see as the game gets started, Malone with the offensive rebound. And he's swatted away from behind. So we've seen a lot of physical play today, but what I've seen here is a team doing a lot of reaching and driving here, Sacramento, to start this third period. As a result, Utah is getting into the lane and getting either shot opportunities or free throws.
Rick Alleman, a Chicago Bull teammate of Jerry Sloan in 1974 for Dick Motta. They spent 1 season and a few games of the next together. Malone increases the lead to 12.
Danger time right now for Sacramento. They've got to get something going here. They're down 12. At what point does he go back to his bench? They really were the better players in the first half.
Before Williams can do anything with it, Jack Neese blows the whistle. Stockton picks up his first.
With Jason Williams not shooting the ball well, he's 0 for 5, and again 0 for 4 from the three-point line. You'll see Stockton start being the guy who roams around a little bit. Maybe make Jason Williams make one, and he'd be the guy to help in the post a little bit. Put the pressure on Williams to make a shot.
Weber out of the double. Looks for Wahed and finds him. And he's fouled by Foster. Foster's second.
Well, the history for Jason Williams has been if he has not shot the ball well, the Kings have struggled, and you can see in the wins, he's at 15 points, shot the ball 11 for 23, and the loss is only 9 points, 4 for 16. He's not shot the ball well from early in this series, but he gives them a guy out there that can make some shots, and when he's not shooting well, then that gives Stockton a license to roam. You see 0 for 5, 0 for 4 from the three-point line with 1 turnover. A little bit of a nightmare game here for the brash, bold rookie for the Kings.
The lead is 10. That's what it was at halftime. And here's Williams with the steal. Malone's chasing it. It's Williams' first field goal.
Well, that's it that ignites him. He got the nice steal in the layup. Many instances, that will trigger you to start playing better basketball.
And tipped the second try home.
He is the most athletic player on this King team. I talked to Byron Scott before the game. He says our best defender. He's our most athletic player. And 2 steals have gotten the Kings back in the game. First of all, it was Jason Williams, the lazy pass by Karl Malone. You see the speed and the nice finish. And then another steal. The nice hands this time as Wahed gets back into the play, and then he does a nice job in filling the lane. Doesn't trust his jumper, but he beats Hornacek with a nice drive, runs into Williamson, follows his shot, and they've clawed back into a 6-point game. 7:06 remaining.
This game.
Last night in Salt Lake City, there was a ceremony marking the beginning of the countdown. At that point, it was 1,000 days to the opening ceremony for the 2002 Olympics. Now it's down to 9:99. I hope you're getting ready, Doug.
I'm ready. I know you're going to be ready. You will be very, very busy with the Olympics, pal.
Oh, we got Sydney, Australia in between. Before we can think about Salt Lake City, at least think about it too hard. Stockton comes out of the backcourt. Utah's lead trimmed to 6. Stockton with the fake. Out to Foster. 8 seconds to shoot. Foster dishes to Hornacek. 5 on the shot clock. Hornacek fakes on Divac. Shoots off the left foot and misses. Stockton comes away with it. Hands it out to Malone. Well, that is just a gritty play by Stockton.
He'll beat you in so many ways. He's not shot the ball well today, but every possession, John Stockton.
That's his 10th assist.
What a great hustle play.
Malone has 14 points. Misses the hook badly, but it bounces to Williams. Wahed. On the 3, and Weber chases it down. The back. Hunter White shakes there, and Malone takes it.
Make the simple play.
Hornacek. Off the back iron. And again, they look to cut into the Utah lead, which now is 8.
This is where Vlade's got to calm his team down. Get him a good shot.
Jazz touched it last. 14 on the shot clock. Puts it in.
That's where you got to go. See, Weber's being played by Malone. Foster's playing Vlade. Go to Vlade, let him create something. Ostertag is sitting right now.
Hornacek is open.
I talked to Jerry Sloan before the game. I said, tell me about Hornacek. How's he doing? struggles is when we get out of the rhythm of our offense. He depends on the rhythm of our offense for getting it to the...
Sacramento can't get the two back. Yes, they can. And the D-backs follow after the first shot was no good.
Vlade's holding his team here together. Down only 6. They're in a position, Bob, going into this fourth quarter. They'd be in a great spot to steal this game.
Weber grabs him and fouls him. If Sacramento loses this series, it would be a disappointment. If Utah loses it, it's a disaster.
Again, Vlade Divac's in the post. His mobility. Foster can't handle him in there. He loves that spin and come back and seal that basketball. And then he got away, I think, a little bump here in the offensive rebound. Corliss Williamson with a shot. Little bump there on Karl Malone. No call. So back-to-back field goals by Vlade to keep his team down by 6.
Malone's jumper is no good, but Foster flies in for the tip. Anthony is in for Stockton. He's guarding Williams. They find Weber, and the hook rattles out. Williamson looking to follow. Fouled over the back by Brian Russell. Russell's third. This Thursday is Big Finale Thursday with the 1-hour season finales of Friends, Frasier, and ER. That would be must-see TV Thursday on NBC.
Keep an eye on this lineup right now. Remember when John Stockton went out in the first half? They got out of rhythm. Corliss Williamson misses the free throw. Stockton's resting. This is when he sits down. Jerry Sloan wants to give him a great rest coming back into the game, but Howard Eisley's got to run this offense.
Does Stockton ever sweat?
I don't think so. His hair's never out of place. We got to talk about his hairspray for you and I are on camera here, Bob. That stuff's working.
I don't think there's any spray involved, just a close crop. Here's Eisley. Off to Williams. Jason Williams. Back to the head. That was that little wraparound. Actually pulled it back. Fake behind the back. And then dish it off with the left hand. Or something like that.
Well, Sacramento back to 5. They're in a great spot once again.
Wide open. Wide open.
Russell behind the screen for Foster. This guy is on the play. There's contact underneath. They're going to call it on Williamson, who argues that Malone was really the guilty party. That's Corliss's third as he talks it over with Pivetta.
Let's watch off the ball to see if Malone wraps him up. A lot of contact there. You know Corliss Williamson's going to get that foul. Karl Malone, a smart play there to wrap him up. Sideline out of bounds, new shot clock.
Weber on him, and a foul. If it's Weber, it would be his fourth. Wahed was also there.
How about Jason Williams on the fast break? Bob, again, nothing simple with this guy. Here's a guy who's struggling. Watch this. He wraps it around, brings it back, finds Wahed with a dunk. And as he backpedals on defense, you see he's going to slam into Foster there.
Luckily for Sacramento, the foul was on Wahed second. With that shot by Malone, Utah's now made 20 of 21 free throws.
Remember when I talked to start the game, I said I think one of the keys to beating Utah in the big game is to keep them off the free throw line. A lot of reaching and grabbing. And it's not so much that Malone is shooting them all, but Stockton and Hornacek have shot a lot of free throws today. That's what happens when you take foolish emotional fouls.
The lead is 7. That's last by Utah.
Once you finally got the ring, everything changes.
12 guys on both teams, understanding.
That's the matchup they want.
Dumps it inside to Williamson, who can't finish it. Here comes Eisley. Ahead to Malone. And a whistle out near midcourt from Dick Pivetta.
What a big turnaround there. It looked like Corliss Williamson had a point-blank layup that makes it a 5-point game. Jason Williams getting a beautiful pass
break at the free throw line. Utah wins this and advances against Portland. You'd have to like their chances about as well as any of the surviving teams in either conference. And if they make it to the finals, we'll look back. With less than a second to go, they could have gone out against a much lower seed in 4 games. Weber looking for help, shoots a little jump hook and misses it. Ball out of bounds to Sacramento. Game 5, the Jazz leading the Kings by 9 with 2:41 to play in the third.
Well, John Barry has now checked into the game for Jason Williams. Remember, John Barry played a very, very good first half. Played 18 minutes, gave him 7 points and good energy. I think you'll see then Vernon Maxwell come in the fourth quarter. He played exceptionally well, but he got 3 fouls.
Here is Divac. Sacramento's just 4 of 17 on 3, so they miss Maxwell's presence. Now the turnover. Maxwell's peeling off the warm-ups and heading for the scorer's table. Alone against Weber, who stripped it away. Williamson backing Aaron Russell out to Divac. He misses from 20. But Wahed out-battles 2 Jazz for the ball, and then there's a foul. It's on Howard Isley, his first.
You see Vernon Maxwell is getting ready to check in. Looks like he's going to be coming in for Wahed. But in this series, you see in Game 1, not a factor. The Game 2 that they won, both of them off the bench, played very well, double figures. And you see in Game 4, the clutch shot by Stockton say that those guys combined for 20 in that game. So when they have played well, they've given the teams a chance. And you can see today, both these guys have 7 points, 5 of 12 from the field. John Barry has not shot the ball well, 1 of 5 from the three-point line, but he's done a lot of other helpful things that have helped this team. And when you're trying to catch up, Bob, you can't walk up and miss 2 free throws. Those are momentum breakers.
And they remain down 9. Malone puts the lead back into double figures.
That's his spot up at the top. They run that little rough cut. He catches it. He likes to shoot the ball. If you close out on him, he'll drive it and try to get the foul.
10 for Malone, the game's high score. Barry for 3. Way off. Rocket comes up with it and makes sure.
You see the athletic ability, though. He has come alive on the offensive board. Wahed has done a good job for them here in this third quarter. Did not get off to a good start. Only played 6 minutes in the first half, scored 3 points.
Isley with the bounce to Malone. 7 on the shot clock. Malone the fadeaway. In and out. Divac claims it.
And what Sacramento would like to do here is get 2-to-1 possessions, get 2 scores and a stop, and if they do, it's a 5-point game.
Weber, thought about a 3, bounces into Divac. He turns on Malone and is fouled. That's Carl's second.
Little series that Utah runs, that little rub cut, and then Malone catches it. And right there, if you give him some space, he'll jab, step in, shoot the jumper. If you close out on him, he likes to drive it. Stockton likes it. He likes to see it. He says, now we need some defense. We got to get some stops here, guys.
In this odd short season, maybe the seedings don't mean as much as they would otherwise. Adam Keith, seldom used of late, comes in, Russell sits down, 35 seconds left in the quarter. The Kings won 10 of their last 11 to finish 6th. They have been right there, very competitive through 7 games, regular season and playoffs combined against Utah. So maybe the gap in reality is not as big as in perception.
Also, Bob, just certain teams match up well with each other, and the front line bothers Utah.
Isley almost had it go down, but it popped out. What better example of that than the Knicks against the Heat? Right. Beat them out of the 7 when the Heat were a 2 last year, and without Ewing, beat them out of the 8 when the Heat was the 1 seed this year. There's a foul.
Again, right now, you look, Vernon Maxwell is going to shoot 2 free throws here. He'll score 72-65. He makes them both. We've got a 5-point game. Sacramento gets a stop. That means they did a nice job closing out the quarter. They've got their team fresh and ready to go. And you put the pressure on the Jazz, only up 5 going into that last quarter. They're in a good position here right now.
Talking about matchups, you know, we said it during the first game of the Heat-New York series. New York was better off going 8 and going Miami because of matchups. Not 7 and going Indiana, where the Pacers actually would have been a more prohibitive favorite, I would think.
Well, I think what also happened in this series, that first game, Utah jumped on them by 30 and said, yeah, you could throw that regular season out. There were 3 overtime games. These teams were played close. The Jazz will get them now during the playoffs. Sacramento bounced back. And they're not going to go away calling. Utah's going to have to beat them here today. They're not going to lose the game or give the game away. Utah's going to have to take it.
They're back within 5. Isley looking for the last shot. Double pumps it up there and misses.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest game.
Sacramento actually outscores Utah by 5. It looked like they were on their heels, ready to be knocked out. They would not go. They finished the quarter strong, and they did it with Stockton sitting down right now. A major factor today, when he's on the floor, the Jazz are up 15. When not, they've lost 10 points. So Jerry Sloan's going to have to figure out at what point in time do I feel good about this game where I get Stockton back in there and finish this thing off for us. But the Kings are in a great spot. If I'd have said to you, Bob, put 12 minutes on the clock, be down 5, would you take your chances? Sacramento said, can we stand the line? We'll take that opportunity.
Here's Adam Keefe about to play some important minutes. Up to Thurl Bailey.
Now who's going to score for Utah on the floor right now?
Shot clock down to 5. Anderson passes it off to Keefe and gets it back. And there's the 24-second violation.
Jerry Sloan's got to watch this lineup right now. He's got Isley on the floor and Anderson who could score, but Keefe a non-scorer, Foster and Thurl Bailey. So he's trying to buy some minutes right now for Malone and Stockton so they can come back in fresh. But he has to watch this so that Sacramento cannot get a spurt here and get confident.
Sacramento, meanwhile, with Stojakovic, Maxwell, Weber, and Barry. Bailey's on him. Stojakovic from the side. Misses the 3. Divac is there. Ball still loose, and finally it bounces to Anderson, and Divac can't believe that the whistle never blew. Foster. Back comes Sacramento. Maxwell for 3. Could have cut the lead to 2. Isley, little teardrop is there.
Jerry Sloan said, run the basketball. It looked like Isley wanted to slow it down. He said, keep pushing the tempo. This Utah team that they have now cannot score in the half court. They're going to have to run to score.
Says hold on. Malone, meanwhile, getting ready to check back in. The foul is on Foster, his 3rd. And now he goes out as Malone returns. Well, three-point shooting. You identified that as the wild card in this game. The Kings have missed their last 11 from beyond the arc. Now make it 12. There you go. Lost it. Maxwell comes sprinting back and pulls them back to within 5. Williams a spectator for the moment.
I tell you, when I was coaching, I used to hate for guys like Vernon Maxwell to get layups because you know they're going to keep firing those threes.
Ball loose. Utah turns it over.
See, that team just can't score in the half court right now. Even with Malone in, they're really struggling against this Kings defense.
How long does Sloan stick with this lineup?
I think about the 8-minute mark, you'll see Stockton back.
Maxwell slings it to Barry. Stojakovic, wide open look. And and still they can't hit a three.
Could not have gotten a better shot than that for Stojakovic. That is his shot. Rick Adelman says, keep shooting the basketball.
If they had made even 1 and 3, 1 and 4, they'd be right in this game. They'd have the lead. 1 and 4, reasonable. Here's Russell after the timeout. Off-balance shot pushed up there, and Weber takes it.
Looked like he was trying to get a foul on that play. Thought he got bumped. He said, if I shoot it, maybe I'll get 2 free throws. Jackie Nee said, no, not now.
Maxwell goes down, manages to get rid of it to Weber. He's swinging around the perimeter. Here's Maxwell in the corner, and this is a 3-point game.
That's why I don't like for Vernon Maxwell to get those kind of layups if I'm coaching. This is a guy right now who says, you know what, I can make any shot. That was a tough runner that he just made.
Shot clock. It's Brian Russell. 2 seconds to shoot, and Russell misses. A three-pointer, which had been hard to come by for Sacramento, would tie it here.
I think they missed Stockton running this offense right now. How about their shot selection?
Stockton's at the scorer's table right now. This could tie it. No. Stojakovic, though, was in the first 24, and Isley picks it off.
Feel in this arena right now the respect that this fans have for the Sacramento team.
Bailey's turnaround is good.
Father Time's trying to turn the clock back right now. That was a big shot right there for Thurl Bailey.
Weber drives right by Bailey, who has to reach in and foul him. Time can do, but he can't give you 25-year-old legs.
You're right, and you see John Stockton missed 9 minutes of actual game time. The guy 25-minute rest. That's when you use your timeouts and use the quarter break to get your guys rest. And Howard Isley has not had a great day today. They need John Stockton to finish this off.
Big free throws for Weber, and the first one is long. It was Weber who said ruefully after Game 4, we should not have let Utah walk out of here. And that may prove prophetic, but if it does, it won't be for lack of trying. Sacramento did not come here to roll over. He misses them both. Malone with the rebound, then walks a tightrope to serve it into Stockton. He and Divac bumping each other in the backcourt, and Divac is going to be nailed with the foul. That's his fourth.
See, what Rick Adelman is very upset with right now is with all the stuff that's going on. Karl Malone fell down. He and Vlade get tangled up on this rebound. Karl Malone is falling down out of bounds, and he saves the ball in, and then he comes running back into the picture, and he and Vlade just sort of get wrapped up.
Could have let it go.
Right there, I think you let that go.
Stockton working on Barron. Looking for Malone. And a whistle. Vernon Maxwell will pick up his fourth.
Now, one of the things Sacramento must do right now, if they get a tough couple whistles that they don't like, they can't lose their cool. That happened to start the game. 7 minutes to go. You got to fight through anything.
And a Utah foul, which comes with 6:57 to play in the game. And the Jazz in front by 5. It's Shandon Anderson, and it's his first.
Are you a real fan? Want to be courtside?
Kid with a pass. Come on, guys. That's a 15 on 11 points and 9 rebounds. You see the 2 assists and 4 steals. He's had some good moments today. Where he took the ball away from Ostertag after a miss and gets him a nice dunk. And he's got excellent hands in the low post. He strips the ball away from Malone, and then he forces him to shoot a tough fadeaway jump shot. Bob, I think that if Sacramento is going to win this game, you see Chris Webber and what he's done in the playoff, his playoff experience, Golden State, Washington, and now Sacramento. If they're going to win this game, they're going to have to go through Divac and Webber, and they're going to have to create or kick out, and somebody's going to have to make an open three.
They scored 14 three-point attempts in a row. The ball deflected out of bounds. Sacramento will keep it. Prior to this year, Sacramento had 15 consecutive non-winning seasons. Even 3 years ago when they made the playoffs and lost in the first round 3-1 to Seattle, they had made the playoffs sub-500. All the way to the hoop.
Well, Sacramento's always been one of the toughest places to play in the NBA. They've always had great fans, even through the losing. That's why it was so painful for them the other night to lose that game.
Arco Arena was set to explode, and then Stockton shoved the cheers right back down into their throats. Here's Russell from Stockton.
Remember now, Ahmad talked about his value to this team. When he scores double figures, they are 27-5.
With the emphatic rebound.
How about that pass from Stockton?
But Fuller can't finish it. There is a foul, though, which is not the best possible news for Utah because Fuller is not a good free throw shooter. It's 5 on D-Box.
Brian Russell steps out, hits a big jump shot to give his team a 5-point lead. And then John Stockton, he's got huge hands, passes the ball off the dribble. Todd Fuller has got to finish that. That's got to be a 3-point play.
Fuller missed a couple of free throws late in game 2. They called 2 timeouts to ice him. And that allowed Sacramento to win the game, take a 2-run lead. And, of course, they almost finished the Jazz 2 nights later before Stockton came to the rescue.
Well, interesting, since Jerry Sloan has taken out Ostertag, we have not seen him get back into the game. He's gone with Fuller, and he's gone with Foster.
1 of 2 for Fuller. 6-point lead. He'll try. And finally it goes down.
He was 1 for 6 from 3 at that point in time. That's why you've got to keep shooting the ball. A 3-point game, a little over 5 minutes to go.
After 15 straight misses from beyond the arc. Bumps into Barry, loses the ball. Numbers for Sacramento if they hurry. Stockton kicked it. It goes out off him. A fresh 24, Sacramento ball.
Well, John Barry made a great hustle play right that time. He rotated over and took Malone, and when Malone put the ball on the floor, he bumped into Barry and lost control. So back in the post to Divac. That's who you want to go through right now. Fuller cannot play him.
Divac tries to fade away, but he's bumped and fouled.
John Barry, somebody's got to tell him that they missed 15 straight. He's only been 1 of 6. He buries it to pull him within 3. And then makes the great rotation on Malone. He steps up here, gets in his way. Malone mishandles it, and he forces the turnover.
The foul is on Fuller is 4th, but it comes before the shot. Sacramento ball from the side. They go into D-Box. Fuller fouls him again, which would be his 5th.
Right now, the Jazz have a problem. Fuller is totally upset. He's got to be careful he doesn't get a technical. But who's going to guard Vlade? Will he go back to Ostertag?
A reminder tonight on Dateline, the story of the life and death of Florence Griffith Jr. The following Dateline, Atomic Train, starring Rob Lowe. That's tonight on NBC. Divac's a good free throw shooter for a big man, 70%, but not this time.
Bob going into the series, a 70% free throw shooter, but in this series had only missed 3 free throws. He was 23 for 26 going into the game today. Today, 5 of 7.
Missed them both.
Huge misses.
The free throw line and the 3-point line. The story of the game for Sacramento. If they don't come back and win.
Earl Bailey in for Fuller.
Stockton. Nice move, but he can't finish it. Here's Maxwell. Maxwell into the lane. The floater is good.
Quickness. He's got great quickness. 33 years old. Look at his young guy's body. And right now, they are putting the pressure on the Jazz. A 1-point game. Will they have the composure that they had in Game 4 in Sacramento?
it. Got it. Mario Eli da 3 punti. Super Mario. Aia. Wow. Schau dir. Ja. Glühend heiß. Arte grande.
The dunk to match.
Wow. Sehr gut, Joe. Got a Kobe Bryant. Bingo. Junior.
Oh, baby, what a play.
It's just about concentration. If you can concentrate and keep a level of concentration over a course of some hours, then you'll see an improvement. As long as a player has that motivation, something deep down inside that wants you to improve that much more, you really can accomplish anything that you want to accomplish, improving your game each and every day. If I do that, then I'll be satisfied.
As one of my teammates gets a rebound, I'm already thinking about who's on the right side, who's on the left side, and who's going to be trailing me.
All I'm doing is trying to just look at the defender. I'm going to see what he's doing.
I like to no-look pass.
Between my legs,
Look away.
around the back.
There's a perfect pass, and it'll be to the right person at the right time.
A perfect pass, getting somebody in the rhythm to shoot the ball.
You have to love the pass. You just have to love the game of basketball.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest game.
Each team will be over the limit with its next foul. Sacramento has the additional timeouts. Utah may be saying to itself right now, if we somehow survive this, give us Portland, give us San Antonio or the Lakers later, give us Indiana or whoever comes out of the East. No one's going to test us more than the Kings have.
Now Utah has gone to small ball right now. Russell's playing power forward.
Stockton's all alone. But Sacramento still has the lead, and now they have the ball.
Okay, now you go into the post. If Russell is going to play Weber, you go to him. If he's playing D-box, you go to him. You have to pick out your mismatch and then take your time.
Stockton takes the rebound.
See, he's got more time in that, Bob. It was a quick shot.
Stockton accelerated on Barry, and it's an offensive foul. And Barry rejoices. He's held up back. They called one on the veteran.
John Stockton not happy because this would have been 2 free throws for Stockton that could have put his team into the lead. Wow, that's close. Looked like John Barry threw his chest into him on that play, and Barry is excited or surprised, one or the other.
Combination of both. Weber again. Knocked away.
Great defense by Brian Russell, taking the challenge.
D-Box on Malone, the jumper. Can't give Utah the lead.
Chris Webber's waited all these years to be a factor in the playoffs. He's got his chance right now. His team's going to give him another chance. It's his 3rd opportunity in the post.
The line finds him inside, and he connects. But wait, the foul comes before the shot.
See, that's a major play. Instead of a 3-point play, Webber's going to shoot 2 free throws, and they're 0 for 4. He and Brody combined in this period. You see Weber, they front, they throw over the top. There's the foul before the shot, so it's a good call. And now Weber's got to make the free throw.
1 for 3 in this game. 45% for the year, and that one's way off. You knew as soon as it left his hands.
5 missed free throws, 0 for 5, Blotty and Weber. Weber's 0 for 3, Blotty 0 for 2. Bob, we talk about all the time. Free throw line, the little things that win or lose decisive games.
1 of 2, and a 2-point Sacramento lead.
See, I think somebody else here for Utah's got to look to shoot. Malone has been taking most every shot here.
Russell from the head of the key to tie the game.
missed 8 straight threes the other night in Game 3. They threw him to shoot the 9th one. He buried it to give them a 2-point lead. He will not run away from the shot.
Stockton into Malone. Left hand, but it spills off. Out of bounds to the Jaguars. Maxwell has already scored 11 points in this 4th quarter. Stockton, meanwhile, has shot just 1 for 11 for the game. Hornacek. Short. He gets it back. Left hand. Oh, what a shot!
What a shot by Hornacek. Sacramento allowed a second shot opportunity. What a finish by what we are in for here.
Highlight reel material from Hornacek. Barry splits the defense and hits.
John Barry.
They've done all this with Jason Williams, one of the most exciting rookies to come into the league in years, on the bench. Ineffective today. They may pull the upset without much of a contribution from him. Russell for 3. Off the back iron, but Hornacek was there. Up again. There's a whistle and he was fouled. It could have been a 3-point play.
Well, you're Sacramento right now, and you said, you know what, we force a miss by Hornacek. We have got to have all 5 guys on the board. Hornacek comes up with a loose ball, and look at this shot. An unbelievable shot here by Hornacek. Now he's at the line shooting 2 free throws to try to bring his team back to a 1-point game. Up another second shot, so Sacramento must rebound the ball.
The hand on the side of the face, as most of you know, the signal of hello to his children. One of the best free throw shooters in the NBA and has been for years, nearly 90% for the season.
And there's not a better team in the league executing down the stretch under pressure than Utah. 6 straight scores the other night when they had to have it. They need the same today.
1-point game. Game 5, deciding game of this first-round series. Sacramento with a 1-point lead in the ball. It's Divac against Malone with the hook, and he increases the advantage to 3.
See, with a small lineup, see, Malone can't play Vlade. This is what's happened with the small ball. They stole one the other night.
Inside a minute. This could tie it. Russell. 2 nights ago, John Stockton broke Sacramento's heart, and maybe some people thought its spirit. Utah came out in Game 5 and jumped on them in front of a raucous home crowd, 16-3. But Sacramento has come back, and the issue is even with 48.5 seconds to play.
Question I have is, what are they going to do in the post? You say, why aren't they doubling Vlade Divac? They're so worried about the 3-point shooting. Let's see if they go back once again. And if they double team the post, or they let Vlade go one-on-one. Here it is.
Divac turns, lays it up, and misses it. Sandon Anderson flies in for the rebound.
Karl Malone made first-team all-league defense this year. He said, let me guard him. Got a big stop there.
Forget the fact that he's had a bad shooting game. If it comes down to 1 shot, Stockton is liable to take it.
Well, Hornacek on that weak side rolling up also.
4 seconds to shoot, and it's Stockton. It's not there for him. Divac takes it. Timeout Kings. 9.2. If this goes overtime, would it surprise anybody? They've played 7 previous games this year, and 4 of them have gone to OT. This could be 5-8. In the match break. 8 seconds. Barry, now Divac. 5 seconds. Against Malone. 2 seconds. For the series. No, overtime.
Wow, you think that the Utah Jazz's fans' hearts were not up in their throats on that play, Bob? And that shot goes, your season is over. Now you've got 5 more minutes.
I love this game.
trees. The monster had escaped. Danger lurked around every corner. He could be anywhere, even inside the house.
What happened to the monster?
Let's read something else.
Dad, are you scared?
It was a beautiful day.
Don't be afraid to read to your kids.
Overtime in 8 meetings this year between the two. And a tip to Sacramento. Harrison's got Barrett. Into Weber against Russell, and he lost it.
Brian Russell was really fighting Chris Weber in the post. Remember I said earlier, Brian Russell played power forward in college, so he's been used to playing that kind of low post defense, but Weber has got to do a better job down there.
Out of the corner, Anderson misses the three. Tapped out of bounds and touched last by Utah.
Sacramento's had a mess up on defense there. That's 2 wide open threes. Now remember, Russell made the one, but they're doing something on this strong side defensively. Jazz will go back to that.
And he was pushed by Brian. And that'll be Russell's 4th foul.
Again, they're going to go into the post. This is going to be they're going to try to control the game from the post. Weber turns this time and goes baseline, and Brian Russell takes the foul.
Otherwise, he would have been home free. Still up to it. To the corner for Divas. Divas has it come up short. No one scored in the first minute of overtime. Hornacek straight on 3. Long rebound to Stockton. He's 1 for 12. And he pitches it back outside to Hornacek. Maxwell's on him. It stayed down. The Kings are contending that Anderson touched it while it was up there in the cylinder, and he almost did, but then he pulled back at the last second and said, I'll take my chances on the bounce.
Well, now Sacramento shouldn't be giving up the second shot. Utah's got a small lineup on the field.
Maxwell ties it.
Now, how about the last 23 points that Sacramento has scored in the 4th quarter and overtime? Vernon Maxwell has 13 and Barry 7. They have 20 of the 23 points.
Malone screening for Stockton. John looking for help. Russell out top on the drive and inside to Anderson, and it bounces home for him.
Brandon Anderson time. This is what he did in the 4th quarter of Game 4. 10 out of 16 points. Down overtime, he's got both baskets.
14 for the game. Maxwell. And Stockton fouls him. That's 3 on Stockton.
Shannon Anderson is a battler. He's a hustler. Remember at the end of the Game 6 against the Chicago Bulls 2 years ago when he had the tough luck. Shannon Anderson again with a layup. So back-to-back field goals. Couple plays by Shannon Anderson.
Defense against Malone. Ball knocked free and taken by Stockton. Stockton racing back the other way. This is the layup, and Anderson is there to wave it on.
Stockton barrels right into Stojakovic, and it's going to be a 2-shot foul. Stojakovic running side by side. Again, Karl Malone taking the challenge. Brownie getting stripped down low. And you see Stojakovic, and what Stockton does, he barrels right up his chest and he gets the foul.
Free throw shooter. 8 for 8 today now.
You know, Stojakovic is in the game right now. He's a good offensive player. He's a three-point shooter, but he's a defensive liability. Wahed is a better defensive player, but he doesn't shoot the ball well.
First miss of the day for Stockton. As a team, Utah hasn't missed many. They're 27 for 30. Ben's down 3. Barry in some trouble and lost it.
Utah is turning up the pressure. Rick Adelman pleading for his team to calm down, but John Barry gets down on that baseline. And you see Hornacek knocks the ball away from him, and the turnover. A basket here would be huge for the Jazz.
Stockton gets it to Malone. There's contact as he drives, and he was fouled.
Stojakovic so late on that rotation. Again, he's a defensive liability. Rick Adelman has got to think about him being in the game. Look, he's slow getting over there. That's 2 quick fouls on him now where the Jazz have just barreled into him to get to the line. Rick Adelman's got to make a decision here on what he's going to do defensively as his team is breaking down right now.
Karl Malone, 4th all-time leading scorer in NBA history, behind Kareem, Wilt, and Michael. 3rd this year, behind Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson. That was his first point since the 3rd quarter. 19 to the game. This could make it a 5-point lead with 2:02 left.
Pressure, and Sacramento has wilted under it.
Well, if in fact they've wilted, it's taken 5 games plus an overtime. Anderson's free. 3 big buckets in the OT for Shandon Anderson.
The execution by the Utah Jazz, and Sacramento right now walking back to the huddle with their heads down.
By virtue of a single play, Sacramento could have won game 4, could have won game 5. It looks like they'll drop both. They've still got a minute and a half to do something about it. Maxwell. Now Divac. Against Malone and a whistle. Divac has played 46 minutes. And the gauge in his fuel tank may be pointing at E long about now.
I'll tell you, you know what turned this game around for Utah is when Jerry Sloan went to his small lineup, the team that pulled the game out the other day. You know what he went with? He went with his 5 best competitors.
3rd foul on Malone. Again into Vlade. Malone puts it away and steals it, but he fouled him.
The quick hands of Karl Malone. Vlade turns. Looks like he knocks that ball loose. Very fortunate breakdown. Now, Vlade's got to step up. He's been such a good free throw shooter in this series. He needs to step up. This game is far from over. By the minute 19, he makes them both. It's only a 5-point game.
He's 5 of 8 today. He says he plans to become a U.S. citizen this summer. Still, of course, very concerned about family members near the site of the conflict in the Balkans. And they have made Utah sweat for it in round 1.
And they're still in the 2-for-1 possession here. They get a quick score or whatever and a stop. This game is far from over.
Divac running on fumes now. His pass is deflected, and yet another overtime turnover, and they're forced to foul Stockton, and that may finish it.
The aggressiveness defensively of the Utah Jazz. They tip passes. They've been quicker to offensive rebounds. And I think you said it very eloquently, Bob. It looks to me like they've just run out of gas. Vlade has played so hard, and it's too bad that he's made these mistakes down the stretch. And an immediate foul off the inbound. They put Jason Williams back in.
thinking three-pointer in desperation. Boy, has this kid captured the imagination of basketball fans.
Well, Bob,
Speaking of Jason Williams.
You talk about Vlade also, too. This is a guy who's been getting about 2-3 hours sleep a night. It's amazing he's held up the way he has, worrying about his family.
Stockton has hit 13 of 14 from the line. Seven-point lead. Maxwell thinking three, gets it off, and it's way off. They save it in, and Weber pumps up a three. Hornacek takes it.
Look at the end of this game. You watch the Utah Jazz. You watch them go over, and the admiration they will have for the competitiveness of the Sacramento team.
Utah didn't so much win as they escaped in round one.
Look at the handshakes. This is admiration. He said, you know what? We fought you to the finish, and it took us an overtime in Game 5. This is respect.
Marbury of the New Jersey Nets.
Marbury on a crossover to the rim. Whoa! Shot! Circus delivery for Marbury. The highlight film in itself just that.
At number 3, it's this he from the Houston Rockets, Cuttino Mobley.
The lead. Oh! The buzzer. Oh! Watch where he throws this.